We often talk about the best seat in the house, but sometimes there's something called the worst seat in the house, and that's the one we definitely don't want to get. In James chapter 2, it talks about the two different kinds of people that may visit or be in an assembly. One of them dressed very nicely, the other dressed not so nicely. And to the one who's dressed very nicely that appears to be rich, we say, sit here in the good place. And to the other one who isn't dressed so nicely and is perceived to be very poor, we say, sit here at my footstool. Got me thinking a little bit about seating and sitting and seats in the New Testament. And it comes up many times, and oftentimes not in a very positive light. In Matthew chapter 23, when Jesus was condemning the Pharisees, he said they sit in Moses' seat. And that means they were trying to take on an authoritative position that they really weren't qualified to do. In Mark chapter 10, James and John came to Jesus and they said, do us this favor, do us this bidding. Let us sit at the right hand and the left hand of your throne when you come into your kingdom. Jesus condemned them for that, and it was a big problem with all of the disciples, this whole idea of wanting a preeminent seat, a preeminent place at the table. And then in Luke chapter 14, Jesus is invited to a feast at a Pharisee's house. And at this particular feast, he takes note of how many of the guests who came took prominent seats. And so he told a parable that addressed that very issue. And when he concluded the parable in Luke 14, he says that he who exalts himself will be humbled, but he who humbles himself will be exalted. And that exaltation will obviously be by the Lord. And we understand that that is greater than any seat that any man can offer us in any assembly. So we need to live the kind of life where we are humble and we walk humbly with our Lord, so that not man, but Christ gives us the seat of honor.